Hello, this is the Captain Paxo with... What? What is this? Mass Effect 3 multiplayer? What? Yeah! What, it's like a 7-year-old game and has a sequel and there's still people playing it on PC? Yeah! I'm just as stunned as you. Why am I playing it? I don't know, I just had the craving for it because I used to play a lot of Mass Effect 3 multiplayer back on the 360, but I don't play on the 360 anymore, so, you know, I don't have Xbox Live Gold, so I won't be able to play on my account that has, you know, like 1107, some really powerful characters and weapons. I'm starting afresh, so to speak. And I have to immediately apologise for the gameplay you're gonna watch, because it's not the best gameplay I could have gotten. I'm playing on Silver on a character that I am just not very good at, and I'm already dead, with a build that is not particularly good for this character in general, and my weapons, they're alright, but they could be a hell of a lot better, so it's going to be a bit of a rocky gameplay, but I do get a little bit better, I get a little bit smarter. But I just wanted to make this video because I'm gonna be playing a lot of Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. Now that I know that there are people still playing it, I'm getting in on this, you know? Like, holy shit. I've been wanting to play Mass Effect 3 multiplayer for a really, really long time, and something just sparked the craving in me recently. I'm not even entirely sure what it was, but I just wanted to play some Mass Effect 3 multiplayer and went, you know, Mass Effect 3 on PC's a thing. It's only like £8 on Origin. Yeah, sure, fuck it, why not, right? Good times indeed. If you're new to Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, what it is it's a cooperative mode where you and 3 other people are dropped into this map where you have to go through 10 waves against the environment or the enemies that you face, and then you have to do an extraction wave on wave 11. You get into the evac zone and you have to be there when the countdown reaches 0, and then you extract. And then on waves 3, 6, and 10, there are objective waves, so it's not just a matter of surviving, you actually have to get kind of aggressive. And some of those objectives can be, well, an escort mission. But this escort isn't just like, oh, it has a set amount of health, so you have to keep it from staying alive. No, this area that you see, the AoE around this orb, the VI, you have to stay within that to keep it moving, and the more players there are, the faster it moves. So it's all about getting it done quickly and not letting the enemy overwhelm you. So there is quite a good way to play aggressively. There's a good incentive to play aggressively in this multiplayer, and it's one of the reasons that I really like it. So with the basics out of the way, I kind of want to talk about this character, because the character I'm playing, the female Tyrian, the Cabal Vanguard, is not a character that I played on my original count on the 360. I never unlocked her. 1107, and I never unlocked her. It was a real shame, because I always wanted to play her, because I thought she looked pretty cool. And I've put a bit of time into her now, and I'm really divided on this character. On the one hand, she's got some really unique abilities, but on the other hand, she's incredibly fragile, and the Venom charge, the supplement for biotic charge, it doesn't function in ways that I want it to function. And here's me trying to get fancy with the evades, because she has a blink evade, which means you can teleport through objects. As you see me using that toxin dash, the Venom strike, I believe it's called. Probably wrong on that. Generally don't memorize the ability names. But the thing about it is that, well, I suppose I should compare it to the original biotic charge. The original biotic charge, you aim at an enemy and it gets that kind of box around them. You hit the button and you just teleport to their direction and smash them in the face. If they're unshielded and unarmored, it'll send them flying. If they're not, it'll kind of just stagger them. Or if they are shielded, it'll stagger them. It's a really good way to teleport from one side of the map to the other. Thing with the Venom charge, though, is it doesn't lock onto those enemies. It just charges in the direction that you're facing, which is really cool because it gives you a little bit more utility. You can use it as an escape tool to get away from the action or to just charge through several enemies. It also has significantly reduced range, but again, that just means you can control it a little bit better. The idea is that you want to charge through enemies or into enemies to hit them with the attack, because it is an offensive ability. And when you hit them, it inflicts like a poison on them, so it starts dealing damage over time. Now, I don't know if this is just because I'm off host, or if it's just the ability in general, but I seem to not be able to hit anything with it. I'll charge directly through them, and they won't take any damage, they won't have the poison afflicted to them, and I'll just be on the other side of them, where I still have to turn around to start shooting them, and because they, have really good aim, they can just immediately start shooting me. It's very frustrating, so I'm very unsure about if I'm going to continue using this ability or not. The second ability, which is the one that I will be using not too often, but it is probably her most powerful ability. It's the second ability. Well, I said that, didn't I? Herp-de-derp. It's the one with the 3 counter on it. Because it's a grenade type, so you only have limited ammunition with the grenades before you refill. But what it does is it just fires a bunch of quills that, when they hit an enemy, as you can see, I tried to hit that brute with the first ability, or I tried to use the second. I'm not too sure. I might have fumbled the controls. I tend to do that. There's me using it to get away. And then I tried to get in cover there, but because getting in cover is on the same button as the evade, I ended up teleporting down. No, I wanted to be in cover. Second ability. Poisons enemies, but it's very short range. It's kind of a point-blank ability. Does a lot of damage, though, especially against armored targets. See, I didn't hit him right there. I don't get this ability. I didn't hit that guy. I was right next to him. You saw the claw effects right next to him, and I'm gonna die again. Oh my god. Christ. But it's such a unique ability because every other Vanguard has the biotic charge, but with this character, it's replaced with this Venom Strike. But it doesn't fucking work properly. Maybe I'm an idiot because, like I said, I haven't really played this character all that much relative to the rest of the characters. So maybe I just don't know what I'm doing, but to me it just seems stupid. And there's the poison quills that I fired off. Does some pretty good damage. One thing I have noticed though is that the poison effects don't really update all that well because there are a lot of damage over time effects. There was like fire, biotics, cryo, disruptor, all kinds of crazy damage over time, so it can be hard to tell when you do actually affect an enemy with them. Gotta be careful of those Ravagers. They're crazy damage. But with the Venom Strike, I've recently promoted this character, or this class, and I've foregone the Venom Strike. Because she has that blink evade, which allows you to teleport through geometry. So I can just use that to escape half of the time. I don't know. Because you're not invulnerable when you do the blink, but you are when you use the Venom Strike. It's not all that long, but you do get invulnerability, and it does guarantee you're going to teleport in the direction that you're facing. You know, whereas the blink evade can be a little bit iffy. As I start doing some melees, because this character does actually have some really powerful melees, and that's one of the ways in which I'm interested in building her. Going to be a lot of experimentation with this character. But I never mentioned her third ability. Her third ability, you activate it, and then for a certain amount of time, she has increased movement speed, increased melee damage, and I believe increased power damage as well. So it's just a direct buff. You always want to have it activated, and if you're not going to be using the Venom Strike, then you just have to keep pressing 3 to keep the biotic focus up. it's maintenance that I'm not really a huge fan of, just to increase my damage resistance and my movement speed, my melee damage. As I'm not really too sure about the range on these quills. It's very close range. And again, I'm not too sure if it's just because I'm off host that it's not showing the venom effect, or if it's because I just didn't hit it. And I just fired all 3 of my quills, and I don't think I hit it at all. Oh dear. But that's one of the cool things. Oh, Jesus Christ. Round the corner is 2 Ravagers. Should mention that this is on silver, so it's not playing on gold, but so it's not the hardest gameplay that you'll see. It's not on gold or platinum, but relative to my power level, it's kind of difficult. As you can see, I've been going down far too many times, and I'm not exactly annihilating these enemies. But with the characters, there's a number of characters in this game in which you can play them in very different ways. And my go-to example of this is the Geth Trooper. I won't be able to go too in-depth with this because I'm kind of running out of time, but we'll talk about this as much as I can. Most people use the Geth Trooper for one purpose, and that's the Flamer ability. You've been seeing it in this game, actually. One of the guys have been playing as the Geth Trooper. He's just that big old flamethrower. That's how most people use the Geth Trooper. But he's a soldier class, and soldier classes tend to be more focused around their guns than they do their abilities. And me, I don't really like Flamer. I think it's a little bit cheap. If that might be a bit of a silly concept in a cooperative game when you're trying to, do the best and succeed and all that sort of stuff. So, go ahead, use all the crazy overpowered stuff. But I kind of like having fun, and I like experimenting, and I like doing well with things that aren't necessarily the best. And because I don't like Flamer, because it's got ridiculous reach, it swathes everything in fire, so if you use any detonating ability, it creates a fire explosion and deals shit tons of damage and gives all of the points to the person who used the Flamer, and it also has an obnoxious sound effect. That's like the main reason why I didn't use it. It was just like, I hate hearing this noise. It's so loud. So I decided to play the Geth Trooper in a different way. I completely ignored the Flamer, and I used his other 2 abilities, which are Fortification and Hunter Vision. Hunter Vision gives your weapon like increased fire rate and increased damage, and it gives you wall hacks, but it decreases your maximum shields. However, Fortification just increases your damage resist. So I was like, oh, get all of the benefits of Hunter Vision with not many of the detriments. I lose a little bit of shields, but I gain damage resist, so pretty equal in the amount of time it takes to kill me. At that point, I'm not using any cooldowns, so I can just load up on the heaviest weapons imaginable and get some really powerful benefits from using them from the Hunter Vision. I just turn into this soldier class. I haven't seen anybody else use the Geth Trooper in that way. They're all using the Flamer like this guy is, Me, I'm like, fuck the Flamer. It's all about that Fortification and Hunter Vision, get as much weapon damage out there as possible. Just mow things down with a Faceton or something, But like I said, there's several different ways you could play characters, so I'm going to be experimenting with this Cabal Vanguard a lot more to try and find a playstyle that works for me, but I think at the end of the day, I might not keep playing this character, because I don't like the upkeep with the Biotic Focus, and I don't really like how the Venom Strike works. This is the Extraction Wave though, so as you can see, we're kind of holding off all of the crazy enemies that are coming for us. And I gotta be honest, like, this is the most badass feeling in this game when, you got your primary weapon, you're mowing enemies down, you run out of ammo on the Extraction Wave, you have to swap to your pistol and start taking them down just to hold them off long enough for the extraction to occur. It's just one of the greatest feelings ever. But anyway, wanted to make this video to just kind of see the reception for Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, because it's something that I'm very interested in playing more of and I kind of want to make videos of it. So if there are people interested in it, fucking hell yeah, I'm going to be making more videos of those. And if there isn't much of a reception, then I might just keep uploading videos of it anyway. It just might be a little bit less frequent. So let me know. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.